What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Showbear with another video, and today we are talking about a game that many fans have been eagerly waiting for, Tenkaichi 4. Now, obviously, it was just announced and it's coming out. It's going to be a thing, man. It was actually officially announced, and me personally, I thought I would never see something like this simply because, you know, it's unprecedented to have games that are older like that. You may get a remaster or whatever, which I was kind of waiting for. Maybe I kind of saw that coming more than an actual sequel. But I'm honestly surprised to know that this is in the making. Like, somebody over there in Bandai or whatever is doing the right thing. They know what they're doing. Cause I'm not gonna lie, like, as a longtime fan of Dragon Ball games, I have a lot of expectations for Tenkaichi 4. Is that fair? Maybe not, considering that those games was great in that era, and you know, whether that translates to this time could be kind of difficult because of like discussions of microtransactions and all of that, which I won't really get into much. Maybe I'll talk about it at the end of the video. But for me, specifically today, I want to talk about a wish list. Some things I really want to see Tenkaichi 4 really give me as a longtime fan. So I thought I'd just make a video just to share it with you guys. And it's not going to be like a structured discussion. This is going to be some things I want to see from Tenkaichi 4. And in the comments, I want you guys to tell me the same thing. I want you guys to tell me, what would you like to see in Tenkaichi 4? What would you like to take from the older games and bring to this one? And just generally, what are some things that you feel like could be useful in the future of Dragon Ball games as a whole? Alright, first and foremost, I hope Tenkaichi 4 will have a crazy character roster. If you played Tenkaichi 3, it had a crazy character roster, and it was one of the funnest games because simply, I personally love Tenkaichi 2. I feel like Tenkaichi 3 has so many characters. It was probably like the best in terms of like actually fighting locally with friends, because simply the sheer number of characters that they had was insane. Tenkaichi 3 had a whopping 98 characters, and that's not necessarily counting like the forms and stuff. You count up all the different forms and different abilities and stuff, which some people like to count, but I really technically wouldn't count. That would be about 161 characters. I think only one other anime game has more, which is Naruto's Road to Boruto, and they have a lot of characters sitting at 121 base characters. Now, as for Tenkaichi 4, I want to see all of these characters. Hopefully they don't do what I think they might do and like really restrict a lot of the GT characters, because in most games like Xenoverse now, actually they do have GT characters and stuff, and that's a main point of characters in Xenoverse. But my thing is, with the way that they show the visuals for Tenkaichi 4, it looked like it might dive into a little bit more of Super. And the cool thing about getting more characters is that you get interesting characters like the new Broly, Hit, and you know, Champa, all these other different characters, Kaba, and you know, basically all these characters that you see in the Dragon Ball Super franchise. But that may mean they may cut out some characters where we would have gotten them before. They might cut out certain characters, you know, honestly, like old Broly or something like that. I don't really know how they're gonna end up doing that. But Tenkaichi 3 had so many off the wall characters. Like, they had pretty much everybody who was off the wall. And the way the DLC works now, they can basically give us a nice little roster and then kind of sell us DLC characters for a couple of years based on how many characters Dragon Ball Z has. Next thing, besides obviously having an expansive character roster, like I said, the character roster in Tenkaichi 3 made the game for me. But what made Tenkaichi 2 my favorite out of the series, and possibly my favorite Dragon Ball Z game of all time, is the story. I love the story in Tenkaichi 2. And in Tenkaichi 4, I would love to have more of an expanded story mode. Like, you know, I love the story mode in the previous games, but the whole Raditz to Buu saga can get very, very boring. Since I've been playing it through Kakarot, I didn't even finish Kakarot simply because I got bored of the story again. I've watched Dragon Ball Z multiple times. I played the games. I know everything that there is to know about this story at this point. It would be nice to see if the developers could take it to a next level. You know, maybe they can include some branching paths and alternate endings, like I believe Raging Blast was, or even introduce new stories that haven't been explored in Dragon Ball universe yet. I mean, we have Charlotte over there. If you play Dragon Ball Legends for the phone, there's some interesting Dokkan content. All of that stuff could be actual branching paths that could, you know, maybe lead to different access with different characters. That could be an interesting dynamic. I want to see an improved combat system, because we all know and love the Tenkaichi combat system, but I really could visually see how it could change, how it could advance with a higher engine. You know, it's like a better engine, better graphics. I'm sitting here on the PS5 and still playing this game would be amazing. Because I have nothing wrong with the Tenkaichi we have now. It's a great game. I think the fighting is great. It's very fun. But I would like to see what a stronger system could do, especially visually, considering that we could do like world-ending attacks in that game. I would love to see what that looks like in actual 4K, considering that all those games are like very, very 480p. Like, what I mean specifically though is that I feel like the developers have enough power now to really introduce more like aerial type combat, like, you know, really make it more fluid and more team battles. Because if you play not Tekken Tag Tournament, if you play Dragon Ball Z Tag Tenkaichi or whatever, that was cool, but it was on the PSP, and I would love to see that kind of remain and being brought to like the newer Tenkaichi 4. I've already talked about it a little bit, but the visuals is something that I just really can't expect how it'll look. Like, honestly, I would love to see some of these Budokai Tenkaichi models being brought to 4K and see what they look like now. That'd just be amazing. Finally, I would love to see return to some of the classic features from the previous Tenkaichi games, things like the Dragon Radar mode. You just gotta find Dragon Balls scattered all around the map. I like where you destroy buildings and you know, just there's like a Dragon Ball hidden in there, and that's all part of the story, and that's all a cool aspect for me. Definitely got to bring back the World Tournament mode with some online connectivity. That definitely needs some online connectivity and probably like some rankings. And as far as it goes for me, that's pretty much all I want. You know, I covered all my basics, because we got the visuals, the gameplay, the characters, and the story, and that's pretty much all you can really expect. I hope the developers are listening to some of this feedback, and hopefully they can deliver on some of those features. Let me know in the comments below what would you like to see in Tenkaichi 4, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more Dragon Ball content in the future.